That should be happening soon.
Now streaming live on YouTube.
Hide your face. Hide your kids. Hide your dogs. Hide everything.
Oh,
It's
can
those
you
KHive motherfuckers.
Oh god! Someone
Uh,
send me the link to where this is being streamed because
why didn't I know this?
I don't know.
God damn it, Jessica.
I'm sorry, it's my job to tell you these things, and I definitely failed today.
I sent you every link whenever I found one.
And I always tell you, I don't know, I was convinced you knew.
Oh god.
No, if I knew that, you know
YouTube,
what the
hello.
things I would have been saying today. I am shit. Oh yeah. Remember that time Eric got spit on? That was fucking good. Straight up spit on him.
Oh my goodness.
I don't remember who spit on him. It might have been a server at a restaurant or something.
Server. That sounds about right.
Eric Jr. was out with his crazy looking wife. You know, the cuckoo one.
Which one is that?
She looks like an off-brand Megan Kelly.
Oh god, yeah, Laura.
But like, Laura, yeah. So
I lost track of the crazy people in the crime family.
So Don Jr.
She can't breathe.
Don Jr.
She can't even stop.
Don Jr. has the fucking COVID.
Karma.
Do you know how much? Oh God, this is good. Oh, there's so many things I'm thinking. Okay, so you know how Trump's supporters don't even believe in COVID all the time. This is about to fuck them up.
Did you also see that they're considering writing Trump in the Senate races in Georgia? And they're going to look at boycotting.
They're considering what now?
They're going to write Trump in for the Georgia Senate runoff.
Doesn't live in.
Yeah, but that's what they're talking about. On Parler, they're talking about boycotting it because the election's fraudulent.
Oh, please, yes,
Please
I hope
do.
they
What?
boycott it.
Please do.
boycott it.
They're gonna do what?
I heard that. I laughed.
What the fuck?
Boycott.
This is like
On Parler, they're talking about boycotting, the Georgia runoff, or writing Trump in.
Oh God, yes.
they're talking about boycotting the Georgia runoff
Or writing Trump in.
or writing Trump in Georgia.
Mm.
Trump in for what? He can't. He's not. He doesn't live in Georgia.
Best thing.
I hope they do.
I hope they do.
hope they do.
What the fuck?
Hey,
Why?
Georgia elected Charles Darwin.
Maybe
in
Biden is
congressional
good
races.
luck. I don't know because
I'm not
like
kidding.
they seem to be doing the stupidest shit now that Biden won. Like they are being stupid. That is the stupidest thing I could ever think of, and they're gonna do it, dude.
It's like when they tried to protest by actually giving Starbucks money that one time or something.
Yeah.
Or when they were buying Nikes in order
To burn them.
destroy them.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Colin
that's-
Kaepernick, that was fucking great. Like you won. You guys won. This is the best boycott. There's this one guy, right? Like I wrote a story about him, like Wonkat, where he Colin Kaepernick got a deal with Nike or some shit, and dude was so mad that he stopped selling Nikes at his store, right? And he stopped selling any Nike gear, but Nike has a large share of the market on sports gear, like whatever, all kinds of shit, right?
Jerseys and everything.
Jerseys and cleats and whatever, all kinds of athletic equipment. So his business went out of business because he boycotted Nike because he was mad about Kaepernick. What the fuck? He lost everything.
There was one person who set their Nikes on fire and set their porch on fire as a result. And here's the thing, if you want to get rid of your Nikes, you know what? There are homeless people who could really use a nice pair of sneakers.
Yeah, don't burn them up.
Yeah.
Also, did you guys remember when they started pointing the guns at their own? And I'm kidding you not.
When they started to what?
Point the guns at their own penises. I'm not kidding. To own the liberals about gun safety. Oh yeah.
What? Why?
And
One
sometimes
guy, it shot, it missed his penis, but it got his thigh.
I actually thought it hit his penis. Damn. Oh.
Maybe a different guy, because let's be honest, there's more than one idiot out there.
I mean, how can a group of people, at least these people, be so stupid? I'm sorry, but like,
Easily. Oh my God! Don't ever ask that about people.
I know, but sometimes I just have to ask the question even and I know the answer to. I mean,
So,
oh my god.
so like I went
What?
to sleep earlier
Hmm.
for the whole entire day, and when I went to sleep, it was Rudy Giuliani's son and Rick Scott that had COVID.
I am so happy that Rick Scott got it. Motherfucker.
And now Don Jr. I love it so much. Oh God, this is the best thing. Oh, and you know what? I had COVID so bad. Swear to God, it almost killed me. And like I'm in the house and I'm quarantining because I don't want other people to get me sick. But hearing Don Jr. has it.
Oh my God, I'm disappointed. It really was a day for me, because had it not been, I would have known to tell you right away.
Mm-hmm. Because you know,
that's
I need
like
to
our
know
thing.
that. Oh yeah. I mean, like I'm like if you're not up when I go to sleep, I'll send you the last one for the evening. Like, here you go. Rick Scott got the COVID. And now
I love
But
it.
you know, you did make my morning.
I love it. Oh, can't do. Oh, I'm not gonna wish it on anybody. I'm just gonna wait and let things happen naturally.
Well, we do still need to hex DeSantis.
Oh God,
Mm.
isn't he like
hate
ruining his
him.
own political career right now?
Well, the last I heard, and this is the reason I want him, is like I heard, and I don't know if it's been verified since yesterday, but the Orlando paper was saying that he was calling Republican governors of states that went to Biden to appoint electors that would override the will of the people. And I'm like,
Republicans is over here really trying it.
I know. And I'm like, okay,
So now we're going to go from underhanded theft of elections to openly and
I know.
boldly stealing elections. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why I was like, man, F him.
I've heard about that. And he has some, you know, the typical bimbo speaker talking about the election, he being Trump, who was very clear that the governor should throw it out and assign electors who are Trump supporters.
That just pisses me off.
Like, she didn't even try and pretend that something else was going on.
Who is this?
I cannot remember her name, but one of Trump's idiots.
Are you talking about the brown-haired older lady or the blonde-haired lady?
Light brown, blondish, but light brown. Not older. I'll divide it, but nonetheless, I mean, they're not even looking to cover anything up.
Yeah, I mean, like, they want people to riot, they do something like that.
Well, y'all heard about Tucker Carlson, right?
What did he do
I
now?
heard that the racists got mad at him for some reason.
Well, this is what this was last night. And so basically he went on his show last night and said the following. I'm reading an article from the Washington Post. So give me a second, because I have the Washington Post so it says, as Fox News host Tucker Carlson noted on Thursday night, he's more willing to give airtime to outlandish claims. We literally do UFO segments, he said. But even Carlson said he was fed up with the total lack of evidence produced by Sidney Powell, one of Trump campaign's attorneys, for her unfounded allegation that electronic voting systems had switched millions of ballots to favor President-elect Joe Biden. We invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour, Carlson said, but she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests. polite request, not a page. When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her. Carlson also noted she never demonstrated that a single actual vote was moved illegitimately by software from one candidate to another, not one. On his Thursday show, Carlson did discount the larger claims of President Trump's attorneys that massive fraud disrupted the election, an allegation that has been repeatedly dismissed in court and for which the White House has presented no public evidence. But Carlson's rebuke of Powell marked a notable departure for a show and a network that has given hours of credulous coverage to false claims by Trump and his associates that fraud cost him the election. It came after Fox News aired a rambling news conference on Thursday following Powell and Trump's personal attorney, Rudolph W. Giuliani, making numerous false and far-fetched allegations about the election.
Mm-hmm.
The segment also put Carlson at odds with other Fox News hosts like Jesse Waters, who on his Thursday show described Powell and Giuliani's news conference as a big shot of adrenaline. Powell, who did respond to a message from the Washington Post, pushed back on Carlson in a statement to the Washington Examiner, saying that she would encourage him and all journalists to review all the materials we have provided so far and conduct their own investigations. While conceding that Giuliani did not conclusively prove any fraud at Thursday's news conference, Carlson argued that he did raise legitimate questions and in some cases pointed to what happened to a real wrongdoing. And he praised Giuliani and Powell for calling into question the security of electronic voting. But Carlson said that Powell had gone too far without proof in claiming that Trump had won by a landslide and that a conspiracy masterminded by electronic voting firms had changed results. Her statements on those subjects have been repeatedly disproved, the Post fact-checker reported on Thursday. What Powell was describing would amount to the single greatest crime in American history. Carlson emphasized that he did not dismiss any of Powell's claims and said he took Sidney Powell seriously. We had with no intention of fighting with her, but he said he was disturbed that she didn't produce any evidence for his show. We simply wanted to see the details. How could you not want to see them? Carlson ended the segment by defending his decision to call Powell out. Why are we telling you this? He said, we're telling you this because it's true. And in the end, that's all that matters. Now, let me give y'all some some real truth here, American people. Listen carefully. Come close. You might want to hear that includes you too, Trumpers. Come with me. Because I know we're live on YouTube. So listen carefully. If they wanted to steal an election, guess what, America? No Republicans would have won.
Why wouldn't we have taken the Senate too?
You understand? Zero. No Lindsey Graham. No Susan Collins.
No Turtle Mitch.
No turtle. Yeah, no. No turtleneck. None of them. Nobody would have won the election on the Republican side.
And AOC would have won.
If we were going to commit the biggest American crime in the history of this country, the entire House and Senate would all been Democrats. Hello, people. Let me. I'm gonna speak like Stephen Colbert will speak on his show when he was on the Comedy Central. Nation, let me holler at you for a minute. You need to get out your feelings. I'm just gonna point it out to you.
Like, get out their feelings. I had somebody call me up yesterday to tell me their conspiracy theories that they called fact.
These are not facts, people. These are conspiracy theories. First of all, Chavez is dead. That man been dead since 2014. You mean tell me this man is gonna rise up from his grave to make sure Joe Biden became president of the United States? Yeah, okay. Anyway,
sorry.
The American folks have spoken, people.
Joe Biden got 80 million fucking votes.
Joe Biden is
Yeah.
gonna be our president.
He got 80 million fucking
Now
votes.
I know that y'all love Trump. You kiss the actual ground that man walks on, and maybe even kiss his ass. I mean, I don't know. Y'all into that kinky shit. I'm not. But the bottom line is, people, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is going to be our next president and vice president of these here United States. Now, you either gonna get off this train that y'all on, this crazy train, because y'all been on it for quite some time, for like the last 4 years.
4.
Well, longer than that, but you know, hey, I digress.
She's being
I'm giving,
generous.
I'm being generous. But y'all being
Birtherism.
on the,
Birtherism.
I know about birtherism. We ain't gonna go there right now.
Mm.
But you need to get off this train, people. Because number one, it's driving y'all to the point of insanity, craziness, out of your damn mind. This is our democracy, folks. This ain't this is we don't live in a dictatorship. We don't live in an autocracy, people. We live in a democracy, a republic. And we get to vote every 4 years for a president. Now, you may be mad because your favorite person in the world may not get the position. And that's fine. You can be mad. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Be mad. Be angry. That is in with it, well within your right. Hell, I was mad. I was mad in 2004 when
Every
Kerry lost to
hashtag
Bush.
resisted that shit.
I was mad in
Day one.
2000. Yep, I was mad in 2004 when Bush won. Hell, I was mad in 2016 when Trump won. But you know what I did? I didn't scream conspiracy theories. I didn't go crazy. I actually just said, okay, let's see what happens. And the last 4 years has
I hoped he would be
been,
presidential. That's all I hoped.
yeah.
I
And the
hoped.
last 4 years, I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get a president. I got a man baby
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the White House
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't get
Mm-hmm.
always what he got, what he wanted. He got impeached. The Republicans acquitted, except for one. Thanks, Mitt. Anyway, but I can't deal with this anymore. This is my country. This is everybody in this Zoom chat right now. This is their country. And we wake up. Some of us go to work. We raise families. You understand? We go to church. Some of us don't. But this is our democracy at best. This is democracy at work.
This is what we got.
This is what we got. And this is what we work with.
And they were fine with it in 2016 when we were feeling the same way they're feeling right now, when we were saying there's no way he could have won. Why? How? You cheated. They cheated.
Cheated.
Maybe Russia hacked the voting machines. I didn't really go all there, but there were people doing it. But
And
we
if
had
you
to move on. But Obama transferred power. Trump
has it. And here's another thing, people, nation. You also got to realize something too.
they don't realize shit.
That you're not going to always get what you want. People were tired. People are dying. There's too much unrest. There's too much. We don't have a normal life right now. I'm sitting at home. I work from home. I don't get to see my coworkers. I don't get to see my family. I don't get to go out like I used to and have fun with my family because I had a president that decided not to respond to this pandemic and let people die. We are at 12 million cases right now. 12.
250,000 dead.
12.
And he keeps talking about Obama with fucking SARS and what was it, 6 people? I'm not saying that those 6 lives didn't matter, but perspective.
I have to wear this when I go out. And yes, it does say black voters matter. But I have to wear this when I go out. I never had to. This piece of cloth is supposed to not only save my life, but yours as well. I had a daughter that just recently got over COVID-19. I got a coworker right now that's in the hospital recovering from COVID-19. I've lost friends
I'm still recovering from COVID-19.
that has that died from COVID-19.
I'm black.
This is a serious business, people. This little piece of cloth right here is supposed to save lives. And you got a president that decided that he's going to be just cavalier because he's got the COVID-19 and he's going to go back to the White House and he's going to take off his mask because he is Billy Badass. I don't need Billy Badass.
I don't even think he had it.
I'm
at that point.
I don't need Billy Badass. I need a president. I need somebody leading this country.
Okay.
And 80 million people decided that he wasn't the one.
Yep. And that's the point. And that's it. And that's all. And that's it. That's all there is to it. We don't get what we want. We didn't get what we wanted last time. A lot of Democrats in 2008 did not get what they want. They felt like it was rigged for Obama. Okay. They felt like it was.
I'll be honest, I got what I wanted in 2008.
Well,
I did too.
There were a lot of people that really felt like not including Florida and what else was it in Michigan in the count as it stole it from Hillary. And I can see their point because they have one. It's legitimate. It's a legitimate debate.
It's a real gripe.
Yeah, it's something, you know, that I can see where they're coming from. But this right here, he couldn't have the voter.
No, I will say that I did.
The voter fraud lies are way too extreme. There are not dead people voting. We are not stuffing ballots. If we were stuffing ballots, motherfucker, we would have stuffed all the motherfucking ballots. Stop playing games.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell wouldn't have a job right as of January 20th if we had the ability to stuff ballots.
Because the states are who do the elections. Your state isn't going to do that. They have to keep their reputation intact. If they're fucking stuffing ballots and shit, like who's going to do this ballot stuffing? Who? The election workers? I doubt it. You know, nobody wants to go to jail for this, and it would take a coordinated effort between every county in the country. Would have to coordinate this shit so that they'll know how many votes to fucking fake. how many votes do they need to fake? And it's too big. It's too all encompassing. And this is why they come up with things like the deep state and shit like that. That's why they have to have a deep state so that they can say, well, the deep state did it. You know, that's probably why they're turning everybody into child molesters. So they like nobody likes child molesters. So you're gonna believe a child molester did whatever somebody accuses them of doing. I got told today that this whole thing is a ploy to get Kamala as president, and that Biden was working this whole time. He's gonna step down and he's gonna make Kamala president, and that's gonna bring in the Marxism. Because she's gonna like be the fucking queen of Marxism, I guess. Yeah. And she's gonna let all the liberals like have everything. And I was just like, you know.
What about her history would lead anybody to believe she would ever do it that way?
Nothing. She's
Nothing.
black. It's her color. That's all that is. It's just because she's black. She's going to be pushing a radical agenda of racial healing and shit like that. And they don't want that. I mean, how do you keep support for your nasty little terrorist groups if you don't have white supremacists to fill up your groups? You need those. You know, you need that hate ideology because it fuels things and it, you know, that keeps people going. It's really fucked up. Why y'all got me talking about this? I wanted to tell y'all about that thing that happened in that diner. Nothing happened so far. I passed by the diner and there was a news vehicle there again. Twice. That's twice in 1 week. I saw a news vehicle outside Kreiner's Diner. Kreiner's Diner, in case people don't know, that is the QAnon diner here in town. It's where all the QAnon-ish people go and hang out. There's only like 7 of them. I don't know. Like you never see anybody at Kreiner's Diner. But I had a friend that worked there at, maybe last summer. So like, yeah, I was like, oh, whatever. I drove into the parking lot and I saw people in there talking, but I didn't go inside because I'm I'm very black and they are very white. They're very white. So I'm gonna like have to read that story and tell y'all that story, so that y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's
Because
a crazy story.
it is the craziest story. And I've been wanting to read it out loud for some time, but I just needed a captive audience that was trapped with me and they couldn't go anywhere because like I locked the meeting and like I can't get out like that. So here's the title. It isn't on Defector. I think I've tweeted this out before. And the title is Some Shit is Going Down in Alaska, Man. Right? And that is the title of this fucking story. And I said, okay, when I looked at it, because, William was like, hey, did you hear what's going down in Alaska? And I was like, oh, yeah, the mayor quitting. He's like, yeah, no, with the cookie lady and the news lady. I was like, what? I'll tell you right now. Welcome to Alaska Update, the first of what we hope is an occasional series in which the Defector Alaska news team, my Treyi Anantharaman, I don't know, Anantharaman, okay, and Chris Thompson try to explain to you just what the hell is going on in Alaska. Chris Thompson. We would like to share a story of an insane scandal set in the darkening, far-flung town of Anchorage, Alaska. It involves a man named Ethan Berkowitz, above center, who, until very recently, was the mayor of Anchorage and a presumptive contender for the governorship of Alaska. It involves a woman named Maria Athens, who until very recently was a reporter at a local news station, TV station. It involves a local cookie maker named Molly Blakely and Molly Blakely's adult daughter. There are more characters and many moving parts, but those are the principles. This will take two of us because, frankly, no single human brain can process all this and still be capable of human language at the end. On Friday, October 9th, Maria Athens, who was at the time a reporter with the local station that is a confusing co affiliate of both Fox and ABC, posted a superheated video to her Facebook page teasing what sounded at the time like a killer scoop. Berkowitz, then the mayor of Anchorage, had allegedly posted his male genitalia to an underage girl's website, and Athens herself would be breaking the salacious details on several evening broadcasts. Hours later, in response to categorical denial from the mayor's office, Athens posted to her Facebook page a photo taken from behind of a nude man, which she insisted was evidence of the central claim of her scoop, which is that Ethan Berkowitz was sending nudies to a teen. The caption of the video included a hyper rude stray shot at Berkowitz's wife. Nice try, damage control. Certainly, First Lady Killer Mara Kimmel can confirm that this is her husband's hairy ass and bathroom tiles. Maria Athens, Facebook. Athens actually posted the photo to Facebook twice. The other time, the caption read simply, proof, Mayor Ethan Berkowitz, hashtag take that haters. A number of Anchorage residents, being normal, wondered in the comments whether this was actually proof of anything and not merely a photo of some guy's lower back. Others reassured the skeptics that Athens would present more thorough, concrete details that evening. She did not. What instead happened was that Athens was arrested in a parking lot outside of her place of business before any of those evening broadcasts went to air. J'accuse, you are shouting for some reason in French, a language that incidentally is not allowed at a COVID-denying diner that will still soon come into play. The police are being utilized to silence consequential truths. Not so. Not in this case anyway, as we will soon learn. This story is far too weird for such a straightforward narrative as press suppression. For you see, what got Athens arrested was her alleged participation in a physical altercation outside of a coastal television broadcasting company, which owns the various affiliates that employ her. That afternoon, Scott Centers, the head of CTBC, emphatically disavowed Athens' Facebook behavior. The parking lot altercation, according to reporting from Alaska's trusted news source, stemmed from a a workplace dispute having to do with the dubious sourcing and overall unsubstantiated nature of Athens' explosive accusations. Chef Landfield of the Alaska landmine shared with the defector that Athens, who was charged with assault, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct, may even have suggested the responding officer who showed up have slugged the responding officer who showed up to break up the fight. At any rate, with Athens under arrest and consequently banned from CTVC premises, the big scoop would have to wait. This guy Centers, the station manager, who was also in some kind of romantic relationship with Athens, she said in court on Saturday. But that ends up being pretty forgettable detail in the scheme of things. Then Saturday afternoon, there came another twist. Twitter user Angel BBX2 shared the details of what she claimed was the source of the Athens big scoop. An interview Athens conducted late last week with a local famous cookie maker named Molly Blakely, who is Angel BBX2's mother. According to Angel, during a chat about Blakely's signature booze-infused cookies, the conversation somewhat randomly turned to the subject of Athens' strong dislike for Ethan Berkowitz. A little too randomly, Blakely, the cookie maker, was apparently holding on to some personal angst from the not especially recent revelation that her daughter Angel had previously made money as a paid escort, and in that line of work had done business with at least one Alaska official. When Athens started in on the local politician during an interview for a local flavor segment about booze cookies, who in the very most superficial terms resembled this anonymous former client. Blakely made an incredibly dubious connection and pointed the finger at Berkowitz. And then there have some tweets here. And this is from the girl that was the escort. She says that the interviewer was Maria Athens, who, according to my mother, asked her about what my mom thought about the local Anchorage mayor, Ethan Berkowitz. My mom asked if he was short. After learning he was short, my mom decided that Ethan Berkowitz was the one I was escort for. She went off on a whole story about how I was an escort for Mr. Berkowitz, that he hired me for sexual affairs, sent me pictures, etc., because she was receiving attention for what she was saying and she wanted her 5 seconds of fame. So basically she's saying that that's not true about it being Ethan Berkowitz. Her mom just said that because she was enjoying getting the attention. Okay. This tale, assuming Angel is correct about the timeline of events, and she actually seems like to be the most truthful person in this whole fucking story. Okay. That was evidently enough for Athens to start publicly breaking the story that of a liberal mayor getting involved sexually with a teen. But before she did that, she sent Berkowitz what can only be described as one of the most unhinged, boiling, angry voicemails ever recorded, in which she explicitly threatened to kill him and his wife. Yeah. The voicemail was first reported by the Landfield of the landmine, who has been all over this story. She's crazy, batshit crazy. Let me see if you can hear it. Oh, you probably can't hear it. She says in this fucking voicemail, I just learned from Emmy Award winning journalism that you are also a pedophile and like little girls and children. There's a website. I'm so fucking exposing you. I'm going to get an Emmy. So you either turn yourself in, kill yourself, or do what you need to do. I will personally kill you and Maria Kimmel, my goddamn self. You Jewish piece of living fucking shit. You've met your match, motherfucker. You have met your motherfucking match. I can't believe I am such a good person. And I thought I loved you. I fucking hate. I don't even hate you. I'll pray for your Zionist fucking ass, you piece of shit loser. And I'm putting this on the news tonight. Bye. Have a great Friday, you motherfucker. Okay? That's what she said. There would seem to be more going on here than a garden variety anti-Semite reporter landing the scoop of a lifetime. Berkowitz himself filled in some of the missing details when his office released a statement Monday in which the mayor copped to having once had a consensual, inappropriate messaging relationship with Athens, which, if true, would account for how Athens came to be in possession of nude photographs of someone she claims is Berkowitz. Berkowitz asked for forgiveness for his infidelity and privacy for his family, but indicated that he would finish out his term by focusing on the business of Anchorage. This made sense. Anchorage will elect its next mayor in April, so Berkowitz could hunker down and write out the term with minimal disruption to the management of his city. Then Tuesday afternoon, Berkowitz reversed course and released a statement through his chief of staff announcing that he would resign his position on October 23rd, citing unacceptable personal conduct, which in his version of events refers to his old sexting deal with Athens, who now evidently hates his guts. I think ours is now a fairly permissive post-affair society, and today's married office holding rogues can get away with consensual, inappropriate messaging relationships if they want to. That said, if I were Berkowitz, I'd be extremely keen to piece out of this job. Anchorage's electoral politics seem deeply unpleasant. One example of this being his first mayoral race in 2015, which devolved enough that Berkowitz needed to make the statement, "I was angry. It was a hypothetical insinuation. And let me repeat it again. I oppose incest," the day before the election. I remember that. This sudden mayoral transition could get very messy for Anchorage government. The city assembly announced Wednesday that it will shuffle its hierarchy in order to facilitate the passing of the mayoral power to an interim who is not currently running for the permanent job. If the situation gets any more tortured from there, it's not inconceivable that Anchorage could find itself negotiating a runoff for election for the remainder of Berkowitz's term just months ahead. It didn't. We ended up getting somebody. Nevertheless, Berkowitz's resignation counts as something of a victory for the unhinged Facebook group calling itself Save Anchorage, which exists to express vehement opposition to Berkowitz's efforts to manage the rising pandemic. The queasy coalition of freaked out business owners and lunatic QAnon types, Save Anchorage has as a sort of a mecca a restaurant called Kriner's Diner, which earned this role when it openly defied Berkowitz's orders to suspend indoor dining after a surge in COVID-19 infections last month. Kriner's Diner, where French fries and French toast are called American fries and American toast because there is no French on our menu, just proud American classics. Kriner's tried picking a legal fight over reopening with the city of Anchorage, but finally relented after a few days, facing a court injunction and mounting fines. Maria Athens is a big fan of Kriner's Diner. In a Facebook post last week, she called Kriner's her favorite local spot and took a picture of a photo of a message written on the windshield of a car in the parking lot that I guess she found cool. It read, "Biden likes minors." So that's something. Per text shared with the landmine by Angel, Kriner's is also where Athens was when she left the bananas voicemail. And this is where the story gets somehow murkier. Andy Kriner, the owner and operator of Kriner's Diner, is the brother of Molly Blakely, the booze cookie maker whose tenuous as hell linking of a politician she'd never met to an escort client who'd never been named, to a reporter unmistakably out for blood, started the cascade of events that eventually led to the Berkowitz's downfall. So there's a non-zero chance then that this mayor was brought down by a psych op perpetrated by a COVID-19 diner owner, a booze cookie maker eager for attention, a rampaging blob of Facebook crazies, and a QAnon adjacent TV reporter scorned. Yes. On the day Berkowitz announced his resignation, Kriner's Diner posted, "We are very thankful tonight" on Facebook and offered Thanksgiving lunch special the next day. Weird. Andy Kriner did comment on a landmine post about a scandal to say he had nothing to do with any of this and to point out that he and Blakely only have siblings. Blakely has publicly denied all connections to Athens Scoop, which she can do because the ill-fated cookie interview, which somehow turned into a diss session about the mayor, never made it to air before Athens was arrested and disavowed by her employer. The landmine posted a spread of text screenshots and a voice recording that Blakely's daughter shared, which says she came from her, which she says came from her mother, and would seem that Molly Blakely did in fact gossip out of turn about her daughter's former line of work and start this ball rolling. Anecdotally, Landfill of the Landmine told Defector that he finds Angel to be the most credible person in all this. Blakely's daughter, who no longer lives in Anchorage and says she doesn't follow Anchorage politics, told the Landmine that family members and friends of her mother's had confirmed that to her that Blakely discussed her hatred of Ethan Berkowitz often. She said her mother is an attention seeker who does this kind of thing often. A horrifying thought. This does not seem like the kind of things one should do often. Blakely may have had all of the incentive in the world to keep her name out of this. According to Landfield, Blakely has a deal with Nestle Toll House to market or sell or otherwise support her booze cookie operation. Okay. Now they wondered whether Nestle Toll House might be a party to this. Anyway, perhaps for the same reason of impulsiveness that led her to unwittingly slander a mayor and bring an entire Alaska city to its knees, Blakely hasn't had great luck in business. So kind of a lot is riding on the cookies. When she first began making them, she realized after a little while that she wasn't actually baking them at a high enough temperature to burn the alcohol off. Landfield pointed to us that to her appearance on the Travel Channel show Hotel Impossible, in which an expert hotelier visits small struggling hotels and attempts to overhaul them. And a 2016 episode featuring Hooligan's Lodge and Saloon, the hotel Blakely used to run on Alaska's Kenai Peninsula. Blakely shared that one hotel manager she hired embezzled lots of money and that she spent $80,000 on a defective bowling alley equipment for the hotel. In a conversation about the truly appalling lack of fire safety measures at Hooligans, it comes up that Blakely's business before the hotel, a restaurant, burned down. Seems like if you pick a random Alaskan and spend 5 minutes researching their family history, within at most 3 degrees of separation, you'll arrive at a noteworthy tragedy or horror or display of stupidity, or all of the above. Molly Blakely's father is a man named Norm Blakely, who was an assemblyman for the Alaska Kenai Peninsula Borough. In June, he sponsored a resolution to make his borough into the Second Amendment sanctuary over fears that the kinds of social uprisings he'd follow on the news in places like Portland might one day require him to confront violent protesters in his sparsely populated ice hell of a borough, which evidently he would prefer to do with a gun. Okay. They said it's hard to decide whether it's cold Florida or cold Australia or cold Twin Peaks. It's frozen Florida. Alaska, Landfield mentioned that the local story that knocked this all off the front pages. A former Libertarian Party candidate for the state Senate was arrested on murder charges this weekend after point blank shooting and killing a guy who hit his car while doing donuts in a gravel pit. For our own frail sanity, I suggest we forget ever hearing about any of this and together expunge all memory of Alaskans post haste. You know, I understand why people would, after hearing this story, say, I'm not going to fucking talk to you about Alaska anymore, Bianca. I get that because
I actually want to talk to you more about Alaska. That's just me, maybe. I don't know.
It is frozen Florida up here. It really is. It's not Australia. It is sometimes Texas, but it's definitely Florida. Definitely Florida. How did Mitch win 29%? I don't know. Fuck.
All you're missing.
Oh,
is
Sarah Palin.
Nebraska.
I don't talk about Sarah Palin because she's crazy. She's batshit.
All you're missing up there is Brad Parscale doing crazy shit, and that's all.
He need to come on. He might as well. Y'all can come to Alaska. Just note, like I said, that people up here love guns. They like killing people. They drink too much. They'll burn down your hotel, apparently. And they have QAnon cafes. So what I was saying was I passed by the other day and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go and see this Kreiner Diner. I'm going to check it out. Because it's not like I haven't been there before, but whatever, right? So I go past there. Bitch, why do I see a news vehicle out there the first time? I was like, what the fuck? Why are y'all over here? But I went past again the other day, like, and not on the same day, a different day. I saw a motherfucking the same, like maybe the same one, maybe it's a different one. The news vehicle there. What the fuck is the news people hanging out at the motherfucking QAnon diner for? This is supposed to be our media. Our media is fucking QAnon. So basically, what I'm saying is there is no chance in Alaska. Give up on Alaska. Alaska's all fucking stupid. Yeah.
Mm. Oh
yeah. And Rashida Tlaib with her weird flexes. Like, did you see what she said to Debbie Ringel? She's all like Debbie Ringel. She's like, yeah, Biden's gonna be sworn in president on January 20th, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Rashida Tlaib had the fucking quote tweeter. He's already the president. No, but we want to be technical. Let's get technical. You have to be sworn in. Your shit has to be certified, and the electoral college has to vote. There are steps to this. I don't appreciate our legislators saying things that are not factual, being so flip about everything. And instead of educating the public, because we do have a crisis of civics in this country where we have terrible, we don't teach our kids civics. We don't teach our kids anything about the world, really. We're teaching them these religious ideologies or whatever the fuck we're doing, or we're fucking helicopter momming, but they don't know how the government functions. You should be, as a member of the House, always sticking to facts, right? So like if it's a technical fact, like you are not president, and that's why they call Biden president-elect. They don't call him president, they call him president-elect, because the electoral college has to vote first, and then he has to be sworn in, and then he's president. So Talia, I don't know why she's being all shitty, but she's pretty shitty. I think she's shitty. Somebody needs to tell me how to say her name right. Go. Good night. All right. Oh yeah.
Right.
Or good night, everybody. No, hold on.